Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to level 4 to 6 acrobatics. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a mixture of all the skills from level 4, 5 and 6 with different hold times. So we're going to use the skills that are in the same grades, but each time is going to be a different hold time. So we've got our level 4 card here with us. We've got our level 5 card here with us. And we've also got our level 6 card here, okay? So if you want a copy of your card to work on from home, then just send me an email and I can send a copy out to you so you can work off your same card that you do in Acro at home as well. Okay, so we're going to start off with a real quick warm-up to get us warm. I've got Oliver with us, Evie, Taylor and Izzy, who are all going to help with our Acro session. And then once we've done our warm-up, we're going to go through our flexibility, our conditioning, and our balance, and we're going to put a tiny bit of limbering in, but everything that we're going to do today you should be able to do in your front room, so nothing should take up too big a space. You should be able to do it in a room of your house, or if it's lovely and sunny, go out in the garden. Alright, so we're going to start with 10 star jumps, not jumping jacks, star jumps, followed by 5 burpees, taking the chest right to the floor, no acro burpees. After that, we're going to do 30 high knee runs, and then we're going to finish with a little bean jump. So we're going to tuck down into a ball and stretch jump up in the air. So we're going to do 10 of those to begin with. So how many star jumps?
10.
10.
5.
How many burpees?
5.
How many high knees?
30.
And how many jumps at the end?
10.
10. So 10, 5, 30, 10. Okay, we ready everyone? Find a nice big space on the floor. Okay, so the difference from a jumping jack, so we don't want to do this, we want to come out and in every time, okay? Right, you ready? Off you go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight your burpees. So up and down. Press up. 1, 2. Oliver's way ahead. 3. That means you're just have to do more, Oliver. 4. And last one, 5. Okay, arms out in front, knees up, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And down and up. 1, 2, 3. Get your bottoms down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to do all of that again because I don't feel like we're tired enough yet. Okay? So you ready? Off you go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly there, 9, 10. And down. 1. Come on, if you're doing this at home, I hope you're doing a better job than these lot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, high knee running. We'll just do 15 this time. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your knees up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. And last stop with 5 doubles finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So you should be feeling nice and warm now. So we're just going to go into a slight limber. So we just take your head to the side. And over to the other side. And looking down at your feet. And up at the ceiling. And into your shoulder. And switch. Okay, I want your shoulders to come right back past your ears. All the way back. And then we're going to go all the way forward. Okay, this time fingers on your shoulders and take your elbows back. Brush past your ears all the way back. And forwards. Good. Now full arm circles. All the way back around. Trying to keep those hands as close together as possible, and forwards. Good. Hands on your hips, we're going to go into big hip circles. So keeping your legs really stretched, we're going to go in all different directions. Good. And feet together. Okay, keeping your big toe on the ground, I want you to push forward. So we're stretching your ankle and your demi point, okay? And then you're going to switch to the other side. And again, switch. And last one. Switch. Okay, up onto both of your tiptoes. Now I want you to stay up on your tiptoes, bend your knees, lower down and stretch. Up on your tiptoes, bend your knees, lower down and stretch. And we're going to reverse, bend, up, stretch, down. Bend, up, stretch, down. Good. I want you to just bring your toes underneath. I want you to stay on your big toe. And I want you to not let your ankle go out to the side. So I want you to keep on your big toe and just push your ankle forwards. And switch. Now make sure you're doing this on a soft surface, not on a hard floor. So if you need to put a cushion underneath you, that is fine. Okay, right, we're going to go into our first section, which is our flexibility section. And the stretches that we're going to work on, have a seat guys, the stretches that we're going to work on are our toes to head and our shoulder touching and our forwards bend. So we're going to do 3 stretches. So we're going to think about how close together we can get, and we're going to aim for at least 4 inches. If you are working off level 6, we should be aiming for 2, and if you're working off level 5, we should be aiming for 2. But if you're level 4, then 4 inches is what we're aiming for, okay? So we're going to start with our cobra stretch to begin with. So I'm going to ask you to lay down on your tummy, and Taylor, can you come and lay down this way for me, and you guys just find a nice space on your tummy. Now Taylor, can I ask you to just come back a little bit so I can get you on the camera? Come this way. Okay, that's it, good. So this is your starting position. So you lay down in a straight line, ankles together, elbows up, hands underneath your shoulders. Okay, now when you come into your cobra, you need to start by bringing your head out. So we're not going straight up, we're coming out first, okay? So we're going to pull out and stretch up into a nice cobra position. Nice straight arms. We should all know this level 4s, 5s and 6s. We shouldn't have to go through this, so we should know this. Okay, so straight arms, shoulders back, okay? So we don't want them up by our ears and forward, we want them back and down. Okay, now keeping your hips on the floor and your knees together, you're going to bend your head up to your feet. Okay, now this is one, if you're tight hips, you're going to struggle with that stretch, okay? So, we're aiming to keep this pushed in. Now Taylor, we know that we struggle with our hips a little bit here, so I'm going to give her a bit of extra help. And we're going to hold this stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're about 6 inches away there, and that's fine, but we need to be doing them every day. So when we come back to class, we're at least 2 inches. We're trying to get our feet to touch our head. Evie, can you come and show feet to head? You can try, that's all I ask. Okay, laying down. So nice long neck, pushing up, so always starting from laying down. Up, nice and tall. Oh, let's do that again so she doesn't flick her head back. And feet up to bottom, and we're reaching through and touching. So that's what we're aiming for, okay? All right, we're going to go into our shoulder touches now. We're going to do this both right and left. So everyone up on their knees. Okay, I'm going to ask 2 of you to face front and 2 of you to face back. So I'm going to ask Evie to turn around, face the back. And I'm going to ask Oliver to come over here and face the back. And then Izzy and Taylor, if you stay facing the front, that's fine. Okay. So what we need is a straight back, okay, to begin with. No sitting and rounded back. So nice straight back. I want you to reach up with your right arm. Yeah, that's your right arm. And I want you to reach behind your shoulder. Okay, and now with your left arm, you're going to reach underneath. And you're going to try and get those fingers to touch. Now, if you're level 4, we just need our fingers to touch, okay? If you're 5, they need to overlap. And if you're 6, they need to be able to clasp. So a clasp is what we're aiming for, okay? Which is great, Oliver's got clasp. But if you do it on one side, you need to be able to do it on the other side. I'm just going to hold Evie's hair out the way for it. Okay, so we've got a touch from Evie, that's great. All right, so we're going to hold that 10, 9, keeping our back straight, not arching. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And open, and we're going to switch it to the other side. Okay, good. So left arm up, right arm underneath, and we're going to try and touch. Now, some of you might find that you have one side easier than the other, which is quite natural, but we're going to try and work so we've got both sides. Ready? And 10, 9, keep trying, Evie. 8, 7, 6, don't arch that back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, bring the arms down. All right, so we're going into our last stretch for today, which is our pre-forwards bend, or our forwards bend if we're level 5 and 6. Okay, so we're going to stand up. Okay, I'm going to ask Taylor to come to the side, and you guys can stay facing forwards. Okay, now we're going to start our pre-forwards bend with our arms out in front. Okay, now the thing that we're looking for here is a completely straight back, so no curve in the spine. So as Taylor bends forwards, she needs to keep her back completely straight and flat. If she starts to round her back, then we're wrong, okay? We need to start again. We're not aiming to touch the floor, so she's going to come up. Well, we are aiming to touch the floor, but our main aim is a straight back. So we need to go as low as we can, keeping our straight back and our head in line. So our head doesn't want to come up this way or go down that way, okay? Right, ready, leaning forwards? All the way, nice and low. And Taylor's got lovely flexibility, so she can keep her back completely straight and get her fingers to the ground. So we're aiming for 4 inches off the floor, but if you can go down, then that's fantastic. But the main thing is this straight line. Taylor, I would like you to stay there if that's okay. Ready, stretching forwards. So flat back, and you stop where that head is neutral. Don't let that head come up, remember? So that head needs to go with you. Shoulders up. And this bit here, so we need to come up a tiny bit, Evie. Lovely, Izzy. Good, I think we can go down a little bit. There we go. Okay? So we're aiming for a straight back. So Oliver, we've got a good flexibility, but a curve. So yeah, that's it. Bring those shoulders up. So we're trying to lengthen. Okay? Head neutral. All right, we're going to hold that 5, 4, keep flattening. 3, that's it. 2, 1, and coming up. Good job. Hope you all did that okay. So you can always ask someone to check you if you're not sure if your back's bending or staying straight. You can always ask a grown-up or brother or sister or whoever to just check if you've got a nice flat back. Right, that is your flexibility done for today. We're going to move on to our conditioning levels. Okay, so we're going to start off with a plank. Now, we're not going to do a straight arm plank. We're going to go for a forearm plank. And today we're going to just do a normal forearm plank, but next week I'm going to mix it up and we're going to do some side planking, I reckon. Okay, so we're going to hold our plank for between 50 seconds to a minute, okay? 40 seconds to a minute, sorry. So if you're level 4, you come down at 40 seconds. If you're level 5, you come down at 50 seconds. If you're level 6, you come down at a minute. All right, so I will tell you when it's 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and a minute, so you can come down. All right, so we're going to get into our plank position. Izzy, I'm going to use you for this one. So, sideways on. Okay, so to get into our plank, we want to make sure our bottom is not up, but our shoulders are up. So we're trying to go here. So we've got our shoulders over our elbows and nice and in line. Our bottom squeezed, and we're aiming for this straight line here, tummy sucked up, okay? That is our plank position. If we start to 8, what tends to happen is we tend to do this. That's our cheek position, all right? So we need to keep this in line. The other thing we don't want to do is that. So we want to keep our tummies up all the time, okay? So ask someone to check if your tummy's up all the time, okay? We need a minute on our clock, so I'm going to count you in and let you know when we're on for a minute, okay? So everyone in their ready positions on the plank? Ready? 3, 2, 1, and plank. Okay, so remember thinking about that position, making sure that our hips don't start to come too high, that our tummy stays tucked in, okay, and our shoulders forwards. Don't be pulling back, make sure that we're over those shoulders. Hands flat on the floor for this plank. In line again with your elbows, so you don't want your elbows too wide out, you want them nice and in line, okay, and you want to keep squeezing the whole time, so all of your body's working. You're halfway, you're halfway. Keep that tummy squeezed. Remember, if at any point you need to come down, you can come down. That's absolutely fine, okay? We're at 40 seconds, so our level 4s, you can come down now. And 50 seconds, level 5s, you can come down now. So Evie's a level 5, she's coming down. But Taylor has to stay for the full minute because she works on level 6. And Oliver's picking his level today, which I guess is level 6. So you can come down level 6s now. So that's 1 minute. Good job, well done. Okay, so we're going to go on now to our next conditioning exercise, which today is going to be, I forgot what I said we were going to do. Push-ups, that's what we were going to do. Right, so we're going on to a push-up. Now, we're thinking about keeping our arms nice and close to our body and having a nice straight line between our wrists and our elbows. So we're going to go for a full push-up. We're not thinking about letting our knees come down to the floor. We're going to aim for 3, okay? But if we can get one really good one, that's all I would like. So Oliver, come over here for me. I was going to use Evie, but I haven't used Oliver yet, so I'm going to use Oliver. Okay, sliders on. Okay, so into your press-up position. Okay, so first thing's really important is that your tummy is up, and then we've got a nice straight back here, and that we're not doing this. Just arch me there. Okay, so we want that tummy up nice and strong, okay? All right, when he lowers down, his elbows are going to stay into his side. Very good, and then he's going to come up. Okay, now when he went down, he didn't stop here, that bend halfway, which is where a lot of people tend to stop. He's coming all the way down to the floor. So all the way, but he's going to keep his tummy really up, and then push up. Good. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of those. Have a rest for a second. Okay, so we want nice, straight arms coming in towards your body and back out, no knees. We're aiming for 3. If you can only do 1, then that's fine. Okay, we ready? 3, 2, 1, and lower. 1, and up. 2, think about that tummy, and up. And last one, 3. I really want you to think about your tummy, Oliver, and up. Good. So we don't want to start to push with our shoulders and have a sink in our back. We want to try and stay flat like a plank. Good. All right, we're going to do our last condition exercise of the day. Okay, so we've done some good core work and some good press-up work. We're going to finish with a Superman hold, okay? A minute Superman. So we're going to go on our tummies. We're going to make sure that our arms go too wide apart or bend, or start to even hold each other. They're going to stay like you're doing a handstand in the air. Okay? So Evie, if you turn out to the side for me. Okay, laying down. And lift up into Superman. So we're not going super high, we're just bringing our feet just off the floor and our arms just off the floor. Okay, are we all ready? We're going to go in. Okay, we're going to go in 10 seconds. Get ready. So we're just thinking about having our feet nice and close together, tummies on the floor and our head neutral. 2, 1, and lift. So don't let this head start to come up like this. Keep it in line with the rest of your body. Feet together, tummy squeezed, arms together. Okay? Once we've got past this bit, which I know conditioning is really super fun, but once we've got past this, we're going to go into the real fun stuff. Okay, don't start to be a skydiver. Keep those arms together. All right? We're doing good. Level 4s, you're nearly ready to come down. We're over halfway. Keep those arms pulling out straight, Oliver. Keep that head up, Evie. Don't let that go on the floor. I can see Evie's trying to look at the clock. She's trying to cheat. Okay. And level 4s can come down now. Okay. Level 5s and 6s, keep going. Keep those arms strong. Keep them pulling out. Level 5s, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Relax nicely. And level 6s, we're nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good job. Okay, so that is our conditioning done for today. Okay, hope you're all still with us. All right, so we're going on to our balance section. And the balance that I've picked for us to work on today is your headstand. Okay, now headstands carry on through every single grade. They start in grade 2 and they carry on all the way, and you just get harder and harder with your leg positions. So for level 4, for our headstand, all we need to be able to do is hold it in a tuck position, but for 15 seconds. The other option is a straddle press for 5, but we're going to stick with the tuck one today, so we're going to go for a tuck for 15 seconds. For our level 5 headstand, what we need to be able to do is hold that headstand in a straddle press for 10 seconds. And then for our level 6 headstand, we need to hold it in 2 different leg positions, 10 seconds each. So Taylor is going to be doing level 6, so she's going to hold her headstand, but she can pick her leg positions, and every 10 seconds I'm going to tell her to change her legs. Okay, Oliver, you're going to do the 15-second tucked headstand for me, which is level 4. And Evie, you're going to do the level 5 straddle hold headstand for 10 seconds. Okay? So when Evie gets to come down, Taylor has to switch her legs, and Oliver has to stay all the way through in a tuck. Okay, so we're going to talk about how we're going to get into our headstand position. So I'm going to ask Evie to face that way forward, so we're not all going to crash as we roll over. So if you can go back in line with Oliver and Taylor, that would be wonderful. Okay, so you start your headstand on your knees. That's our starting position. We place our hands either side of your knees, okay? From there, you're going to lower your head forwards to make a triangle position, okay? So that's where we need to be safety-wise. If we start to do this and have our hands in line, it becomes unsafe, and it means that we might roll over and we're not supporting our necks, okay? So we need to make sure our hands are close to our feet, fingers spread, heads down, and then from there you're just going to straighten your legs. At the moment, my weight is still on my feet, okay? I've got my feet on the floor so I can balance. I'm then going to walk my legs as close as I can, and depending on which grade I'm doing, we'll choose how I'm going to get up. If I'm doing level 5, I'm going to straddle. If I'm doing level 4, I'm going to lift 1, 2 into my tuck, okay? And then if I'm doing level 6, I get to pick what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to get ready. Are we all ready? Okay, so I'm going to count them in, and then I'm going to count their holding position. All right, so we think about that straight back. Start on your knees, hands down, heads forwards, looking at your hands. Remember that your hands can be used like feet. You can use your hands to press into the floor and squeeze. Okay, so lift your legs up and take yourself into your first position. Ready? And count in 1, 2, 3. If you come down, that's 4, fine. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Taylor switch, Evie down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, keep your legs together, 10, good. Okay, so if we haven't quite mastered our headstand yet, that's really not a problem. Do what Oliver did, which is just keep trying to get into that position, and then once you're in that position, see how long you can take it. It's fine if you still need to, just take yourself up onto one leg in the position. That's not a problem, it's just about finding our balance, and that's what this whole section is about finding that balance, okay? All right, good job. Right, we're going to finish with some bridge work, because who doesn't love a bridge in their life? And you should be able to fit a bridge in your room. Okay, so I'm going to take Taylor for this one as my demonstrator, because she's got really great shoulder flexibility. Okay, so she's going to start laying down on the floor, on her back. Can you turn around so your head's my end? Sorry. Okay, hands underneath her shoulders. Okay, now what you'll notice is where she's starting with her feet in as close as she possibly can to her hips, and her hands right underneath her shoulders, and this is your ready position. When she pushes up, she's going to straighten her legs, and her chest is going to move towards me. Ready, 3, 2, 1, push up, and then her chest comes towards me, giving you this really lovely curved line here, and a nice straight line up. That's what we're aiming for. If we need to be a little bit more here for now, then that's okay, but we're aiming to have our straight legs. If Taylor couldn't push through this way and get her legs straight, what I wouldn't want her to do is be there and then move her feet. That's cheating, and we don't want that, okay? So we want those feet in, and then we want that chest to move forwards. So once you push up, your feet shouldn't move, you can come down, okay? And you shouldn't ever twist out of a bridge, should you, Taylor? No. You should always lower nicely, okay? And the reason we don't like to twist is because it develops unevenness on one side. All right, so we're going to push up into our bridges. For level 6, you're going to go backwards into a bridge from standing. Same for level 4, same for level 5, sorry. But for level 4, you're going to push up into your bridge. Then once you're in your bridge, you're going to do 10 pony prances. Okay, now pony prance is when you bend your foot up to your knee, so you're making a trotting position in your bridge. Okay, so we're going to do 10 of those, just foot to knee, off we go. So how I want you to do this, so you can see from all angles, they're going to show you first, then they're going to do it with you. Taylor's going to go sideways, Evie's going to turn around, nope, so her feet are facing the camera. Okay, and Oliver's going to face the back. So we've got it from each angle. Okay? So, pushing up or going back into bridge now for me. Okay, and then 10 pony prances. So foot to knee, 1, swap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, and come down. Okay, so we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to do it with you, okay? So now you've seen what to do, you should be able to do it with us. So keep your arms nice and close together, don't let them go too wide. So standing up, everybody, apart from Oliver. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, pushing back into bridge, chest through, and off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And lower nicely. Good. And give your knees a cuddle and rock out. So give your knees a cuddle and just rock your backs out. Okay, so that's pretty much all we're going to do for our acro session today. Okay, we're going to have a slight cool down, but to be honest, with acro and with gymnastics and with all of this kind of tumbling or limbering kind of skills, if we can really work on your strength and your flexibility over the next month, maybe 2 months, when you come back to class, when you're ready to come back into the class, when we're allowed to have you back in for spotting, you're going to find all of your tumbling skills, your tucks, your aerials, your walkovers, your handsprings, your layouts, your twists, all of that is going to be so much easier, okay? Gymnastics and acrobatics is 80% conditioning and 20% skill. So getting the skill is the easy part if we're strong enough and flexible enough. So that's what we're really going to focus on in our gymnastics and in our acro sessions, on these online sessions, making you strong, making you flexible, okay? So we're just going to have a really quick cool down just to get us ready to go again. So we're going to start just by going back to our wrists on the floor. So hands forwards, okay, hands underneath in front, and we're just going to rock side to side. Okay, you should be able to see all the guys' hands behind me where they are. Okay, good. And we're going to just circle the wrists round. Okay, and we're going to press forwards onto our hands. So we're in like a cat position on all fours. And what I want you to do is just push up onto your fingers and lower down. Okay, and again, push up onto your fingers and lower down. If you want to make that a bit harder, take your knees slightly further away from you and do it again. Push up onto your fingers and lower down. It's a bit harder, isn't it? Yeah. And push up and down. Good. Okay, coming up onto your feet. Okay, hands on your hips. We're going to do 5 leg lifts just to finish. So you're going to bring it up in front. 1, 2, don't let your knee bend or your back. 3, 4, 5, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. And we're just going to reach up, stretch nice and long, and then I want you to fold and fall down to the ground. So you're going to just kind of melt down, bend your knees, straighten your legs, and roll up. Good, and give everything a shake. Well done. So next week we're going to carry on. We're going to add in some more skills, but we're going to carry on with those ones as well. Just trying to get you really strong and really flexible. Come when we come back to class. Hopefully not too long away. All right. Thank you. See you later. Bye.